These are my 5 picks for 2022.
These are cards to watch.
These are cards that I think
are going
to be good investments, not worth a tremendous amount of money, but good, solid investments.
Okay.
Joe, you can agree or disagree. You ready? 1948, Bowman.
I'm ready.
What? Oh, 1948 Bowman Berra rookie card. Yay or nay? I think that's a card that has
Why?
It peaked. I think because that whole time frame now, that 48 Bowman, 52, 55, 56 Tops,
Yeah.
I think they're picking up a head of steam for the Hall
Okay.
of Famers.
Okay.
So what do you think about the 48 Bowman Berra rookie, Joe? I'm saying slow and steady.
I think it's undervalued. I don't know if Berra carries that much weight in the hobby, to make it, a bang for my buck. But you know what? It's a sleeper, and it's definitely undervalued, Tom.
It's one of those, and he's one of those. He's one of those guys that probably should carry more weight, but he just doesn't. He doesn't have.
Well, part of it's an ugly card too. It's a black and white, small little black and white card. It's kind of.
And he was kind of an ugly player. I don't mean looks wise.
Yeah,
I mean, but he
right.
played. He wasn't graceful like DiMaggio. His stats weren't overpowering like Ruth's. He was just consistently awesome.
I
for
agree.
a long time.
All right, number 2, 1954 Tops Willie Mays. 54 Tops Willie Mays. What do you think? Joe, don't answer too quickly.
Can't go wrong with any Mays cards. No, obviously any Willie Mays card is a good choice, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, the reason
John, you've seen his 51 Bowman rookie and 52 Tops climb the ladder over the past year extensively.
Yeah.
So maybe now is the time to jump on Willie's third, fourth.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why I'm calling that card, Joe. Yeah, I'm calling that card because it's still an affordable card, and as you said, the 51, 52, even the 53, they've kind of climbed pretty quickly. I think the 54 is still a good buy, and I think that's going to climb.
It's a good pick.
And it's Tom. One of my choices was mid-50s Hank Aaron card.
Well, I have a 54. I have a 54 Tops Hank Aaron rookie card. The 54 Tops Hank Aaron rookie card is a fairly expensive card, but I think that's a card that's going to continue to appreciate. What are your thoughts, Joseph?
Yep. I mean, one of the 3 greatest right-handed batters of all time.
Yeah.
Who were the other 2 guys?
Of all time? Well, I mean, you're going to get Babe Ruth.
All time.
Babe Ruth? Oh, righties, you said.
Righty.
Right-handed
3
batters.
greatest right-handed batters.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I mean, that's
who are
the
the
other
really
2?
tough, right?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. Who
you count Pete Rose, who's a switch hitter? All-time hits leader?
No.
You don't
Hornsby
count.
and Fox.
Okay.
All right.
Rogers,
Okay.
Hornsby, and Jimmy.
All right, I'll pick that.
I'll take that.
All right, next. 1955 Tops Clemente. 1955 Tops Clemente.
Already red hot, but I think I agree, Tom. I think there's still room. There's a lot of, growth potential for that card, even on top of where it's gone.
All right, another one. This one here, I'm looking as a sleeper because for some reason I still don't think he gets the respect that's deserved.
Yep.
1954 Tops Ted Williams.
I agree 100% with that.
54 Tops Williams. That card is he's coming back from Korea, just back from Korea, year and a half. I think that card has got potential to really appreciate. You have that look in your face, Joe, that you're not so crazy about that.
No, and there are 2 Ted Williams.
Yeah, the one with the head and one without the head.
Right, there's the first card.
That was a joke.
Cryogenic thing, the frozen thing. I got you.
I'm sorry.
He was the first card in the set and the final card in the set.
Good set.
Tom, that's a good pick.
I like that pick, too.
But I gave it a look because I think we could apply that, philosophy to all Ted Williams cards.
We have a bad connection.
I think they're all very undervalued. other than his rookie card.
Yeah, bad Wi-Fi in Connecticut. Joe, your Wi-Fi sucks in Connecticut. I just want you to know that. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll let it go. All right, last guys.
Yeah, I'm going in and out right now.
I know. Why don't you pay your Comcast bill? That may help. See, there's a delay besides. All right, listen.
Most of your jokes, there's a delay, by the way.
Joe, last pick. Last pick, 1948 Leaf Stan Musial. I think that's a good investment. A 48 Leaf Stan.
What, did you see my list?
No.
Did you take a peek at my list?
I did not. Is it on there? Is it really on there?
Yes. I think the 48 Leaf Musial has huge growth potential.
All right, so now...
and I think even the 48 Bowman Musial, I think Musial in general is so undervalued. Tom, think about it.
I agree.
Think of Musial's popularity if he would have played for the Yankees or Red Sox.
Oh, God.
He would be gone.
That's a good point.
Right?
Very good point.
Right.
All right, now you're the expert.
I want to just quickly, because I want to get both of you. One of the questions I had here for Joe, before I even saw your list, was because just in the interviews we've done over the last year, I've seen a rise in discussion and popularity and maybe even value in Clemente and Aaron and Mays and even Jackie Robinson. Do you guys see that continuing with those players in 2022? Because I think we're talking more about those guys now than we did 2-3 years ago.
Go ahead, Joe. You answer first. Is Joe dead? Joe looks like he's in. Okay, there he is. He's back to life. Joe, did you hear the question?
Did you hear the question, Joe?
Yeah, Tom, you guys are going in and out.
I know.
Okay.
It's nothing we can do about it, Joe. It's just a Connecticut.
Just forge ahead.
Yeah, I know. So to answer John's question, John, you're spot on. I think it's Jackie, Clemente, Aaron, Mays, and I think even Mickey Mantle, even though he's red hot and at the top of the chart, I think you will see those cards from the 50s, late 40s, 50s continue to inch up over the next year or two.
I want to add to that, though. I think that those cards, and you're right, I agree 100%, but I think there's another group of cards that are right beyond those. Yaz, Pete Rose, some of those guys. Right. I think some of those guys.
I would love to see
those late 60s
guys that came up in the early 60s and made their bones in the late 60s and early 70s.
I think some of those guys are going to appreciate it. All right, Joe, let's hear yours. Your 5.
1971 Partridge Family PSA. Just joking, guys.
You know, the weird part is I have that. It's the Danny Bonaducci rookie.
Yeah. There you go, John. Actually, David Cassidy and Susan Day.
All right, can we move on?
Anything with Susan Day is good with me.
You know I love vintage.
Susan Day was my first love.
Can we move on, please? Go ahead, Joe. She was hot.
She was.
So,
actually, she's still pretty attractive.
It's not that it's a sleeper, but it's so undervalued compared to other carb cards. Go find some nice T205 gold border tie carbs. That card is going to take off like a rocket.
Good to know.
We're both writing this down.
Jesus.
You know, Joe,
I take you an eighth of a second to get that down.
Joe, I got to tell you a quick story. I bought that card about 20, 25 years ago, right? I bought it on eBay. It wasn't graded. It wasn't graded, but it was a killer card. I bought it from a guy in Canada. I said, this card is a PSA 3 or 4 at the time.
Yeah.
Right? I paid like $400 for it. Sent it to PSA, fake. So I got the card back. I contacted the guy in Canada who was wonderful. He says, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I got my money back. He got his money back.
Nice.
And they traced it.
Very
but
good.
that was a fake. I was very disappointed. All right, what's your
Joe,
second
by
card?
the way, Joe, you notice I'm writing down your suggestions, not Zapp's. So
All right, what's your second choice, Joe? Second card. Joe's dead again.
he's stop with the dead.
But there's a little caveat with the T205 card.
Yeah.
You have to get one with nice gold borders.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Joe, that's next to impossible.
Because if the gold borders have wear, the eye appeal becomes very poor.
Yep.
And it's just not desirable.
Right.
So, ante up, Tom. Dip into that Red Sox
I want that fake back.
And, but, all right. So, this is more of a general projection, like not one particular card. E-cards, candy cards for Ty Cobb and Harness Wagner. Okay? They're going up. They're definitely spiking. But versus their T206 peers,
Yeah.
they are just so much scarcer.
I was looking for, Joe, an E90-2 Wagner. They're next to impossible to find. That's like the poor man's T206, right?
Yes. E90-2 Wagner is great. And by the way, you just stole my third. I'll get to that in a second. But so on Cobb, E95s, E93s,
Good to know.
E101s, E102s.
Maybe I'm going to go
Cards
back
like
to
that.
cards. Forget the balls.
Wait a minute, I'm writing this down.
And number 3, Tom,
Yeah.
any Wagner card with the Carl Horner T206 pose.
I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't pick up with the what?
The Carl Horner photograph.
Oh,
the
okay.
T206.
Gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha. Good. That's
Okay.
that's a piece. Very
This is
good.
awesome.
Yeah, which E90-2,
Yeah.
tip-top red,
So you understand what he's saying?
I do.
There are a lot of Wagner cars that have that image, but in different series.
Right, that aren't T206,
As
but
a
the
matter of
same
fact,
image.
the E90-2 has a blue background, I believe. Correct, Joe?
Correct.
Yeah.
And in a nice grade, like a nice 3 or 4 grade, it's such a beautiful car.
Carl Horner was the photographer?
Image just pops.
Yeah, I played
Okay.
he was a linebacker.
you serious?
That was Carl. No, I'm sorry.
Carl Malden.
Carl Malden. All right, what else, Joe? What's your next one?
M116 Superstars. The Sporting Life M116 set. But again, we're looking at Cobb, Wagner, Mathewson.
Yeah,
Walter Johnson's a big sleeper
yeah.
in that set. Walter Johnson has the famous Carl Horner portrait pose. In fact, what makes that set so beautiful, all the cards are Carl Horner portrait images. Some of them are pastel background, most of them are pastel, and some of them have a beautiful blue background, okay? Try and get the blues.
Okay,
The blue background ones are worth more, and I think they have much more investment.
Excellent advice, Joseph. All right, listen.